Good morning, my friends. Welcome to our New Testament challenge. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some thoughts from the 8th chapter of the book of First Corinthians. First Corinthians chapter 8. So he's still talking about the differences between just different groups and what they look like and how they deal with things. And then also talking about things that might be a stumbling block to some, but not for others. And so here's one of those issues, and apparently it came up in Corinthians, although it probably wouldn't come up for us, but there'll probably be some other issues that might. This is food sacrificed to idols. Now, as he enters into that, and so let's set that aside for a second, he addresses how mature Christians approach this type of conversation. As he's thinking through this, he's thinking, okay, we know knowledge-wise in our minds that there are no such things, that there's no such thing as other gods, that the idols are meaningless. And because we know this, it doesn't matter whether we eat the food or not. Food is morally neutral. But, his concern is, as he puts it, knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. Knowledge can, I know, everybody knows. You've heard that before. Everybody understands this. Well, apparently not. And so you can see where the arrogance slips in. And so he's just making sure as we talk about this issue, he says, let's don't get puffed up. Let's consider the health and the faith of those who might not think like you. And so he's talking about that, and he says, as you mature, this becomes less and less of an issue. But there are folks who have come out of that. Maybe they spent, many years. Maybe their families have spent many years worshiping an idol, and so they're coming out of that. And so for them, it is a learning curve. It's going to take a lot longer than someone who came out of the Jewish faith. And so just be careful in how you deal with that. And again, that would be the same thing with us. I remember an example I'll give to you. At a church I served, a mom, older mom, probably my age now, brought her 20-something-year-old daughter to church with her. And the daughter was tatted up and down, multiple piercings in her ears, her nose, her lips. Just, she looked different than the folks who were there. Not saying she was different, she looked different. And so I don't think anybody said anything, but you could tell she felt really, really uncomfortable. And maybe it was the fact that some people just didn't speak to her, and they felt uncomfortable going up and talking to her. And so you could see, even though, it's fine, for other people, just dealing with those types of differences can put up additional walls. And so, we have some people who say, oh yeah, you can get tatted. It's not going to affect your faith, but others who will, and we just need to be aware of that, and don't be puffed up whatever side you're on. Well, script, this says and that says, how can you, love Jesus and do that? No, that's not what it's there for. This knowledge is there to help us grow closer, and the love comes first. So interesting passage, interesting parallels in today. So I want you to think about, what are some issues in today's world that people think differently on, and how can those groups coexist in the faith? It's something to think about. So, hopefully this has been helpful for you. Thanks a lot, my friends. We'll talk to you tomorrow.